So, oh, there is a delay, I think. Okay, so when I first started like doing readings, I think the hardest thing is the trust with yourself, and that's like really what you need to build up, because once you get in your head, there's like this human part of you that like wants to please the client, and I definitely learned like right away, once you start doing that, your readings go downhill really fast. So that's why I like to know like nothing about you, and I just completely trust the cards. And I've even learned since then that these chicks used to party all the time. What chicks? Me? Do you know me? Did you go to college with me? But what do I do for work? So I had a metaphysical shop and healing with crystals, things, but I have a podcast, Rooted Frequency, and I am an intuitive reader, and I have my own oracle deck, and I wanted to start doing, well, for a second we had like 17 people in here, and then they all just like were like, meh, and left. That's cool. You can't be for everyone, you know? All right, so what I'm doing though now every Tuesday at noon is that I want you to jump on here and ask me questions. And I will do maybe, like, depending on how many people are asking questions, you know, one card answers. I don't know, like whatever we have time for, because I'm gonna chill with you for an hour basically. Pick my brain, ask me anything you want. And then, yeah, I'm gonna burn some Palo Santo, and I'll probably just, because I'm so used to like doing like trainings and teachings, so I'll probably like give you a lot of info too as I go. So Palo Santo, good for cleansing. And like if you don't like the smell of sage, because a lot of people think it smells, hello, marijuana-y, then Palo Santo is a good alternative, because it smells like very like cabiny, woodsy, and that's how I like to cleanse my deck. There's other ways to do it too though, like you can, I'm so glad you were scrolling and found me. And like that means that spirit, source, God, whatever you want to call it, wanted you to get some answers. So yeah, you guys, like, ask away. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm in my fish room. It's like, you know, the front living room that nobody uses for anything, that's useless. But then my son wanted fish, so we got like a couple fish, and they started breeding, and holy shit. Oh, I don't even know like really the rules on YouTube. If I curse, am I going to be spanked by YouTube? I don't know. I'm drinking hot coffee, and I was saying like I was hot, but all right. But let's get to questions. Enough about me. I digress a lot. Oh, Hazel. Hi. You know what I don't know if your last name is Hastings, but my last name is Haney, and I love alliteration with H's. So like I have two boys, but I wanted, like, I had a whole list of girls' names that were like HH, because I just think it like sounds so pretty. Hazel Hastings, you know, it's like so pretty. So, all right. Yeah, that's beautiful. I like it. It's like a movie star name, you know? All right. TWC Myers. I'm an adult, ADHD and autism, but I'm not handicapped, and I'm 21 and a Taurus. I'm a Taurus too, and I'm a cool guy, and I have OCD. I got a Nirvana shirt from Amazon, and another Nirvana I got from Walmart that you like. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, if you have any questions that you want to ask, like, I can also like do general readings, so like I can, you know, read for Tauruses or the collective. I love doing readings, so like whatever you guys want, you know. But I created my own deck, and that is how I do my readings. I'm also happy to, yes, rooted frequency. So I'm happy to answer any, like my podcast is a spiritual podcast, but and I always say with a side of conspiracy, because you cannot talk about spirituality without getting into conspiracy, because your third eye opens and you see things for what they are, right? Hank, I am married, yes. What's my favorite crystal? It's so hard. Everyone always likes to ask me that. But I feel like it changes. And then I feel like my crystals are my babies, so I don't want to hurt their feelings. But I'm a sucker for like anything jasper. So like ocean jasper, picture jasper, any of the jaspers. But I also like moss agate. Like I'm a Taurus Virgo for my sun, moon, rising. So I'm like super earthy. And that makes me attracted to earth crystals, I guess. A lot of times, like more air signs like are attracted to them too, but I don't know. All right, I'm making sure. I think I can. I can't see all of, so it's a good thing I pulled this up. I can't see all of your, hold on. That's weird. There's like a delay on my questions, but my computer sees them quicker. It's okay. We'll figure out all the flaws, you guys, and work it out. Okay. What is this? This, every Tuesday, I'm going to jump on YouTube and give readings. You know, like a lot of people do it on TikTok, but TikTok is just like bugging me. So, yeah, I don't know. You did. You know, dreams are crazy right now. The veil is thinning, and we are more tuned in as a collective, like a spiritual collective, than ever before. So pay attention to your dreams. I keep like totally encouraging dream journaling, because it really you start to notice patterns, and it's our subconscious speaking to us in some way or another. I mean, I have other theories about dreams and such, but you know, another day, another time. So you guys can literally like ask me anything. So you can ask me like questions, like, so basically like with an oracle, if you haven't had an oracle reading, okay. Like you could be like, am I going to get the job that I'm looking forward to? Or like, am I going to find love? You could ask just for like a general reading if you want. Hi. You've been on here before, haven't you? Haven't I read for you? Your name sounds familiar. Iman. I don't know. I recognize it. Or we knew each other in a past life, maybe. But or you can ask like me to just, you know, what. Well, welcome. I'm. This is our first time doing this, so you know, I'm new here too. We're all new here. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I have a spiritual podcast. Then I also have like another podcast if you like listen to stuff like on Spotify or whatever, for just like meditation, so you can like go back to back. And then I like to talk about anything and everything in life, spirituality, conspiracy. I will help you with meditating, grounding. Nice to meet you as well. I'm Tiffany, and I'm an intuitive reader. So if like you guys want, you could just say, what do my guides want me to know? Or your angels. I'm very inclusive of all of the verbiage, because some people get very uncomfortable when you start saying like God, or get uncomfortable with angels, or what have you. So really, we're just asking a higher source of insight that can give you some guidance in your life. That's really all these readings are. It's not meant to like completely tell you what your future or whatever. It's the possibility of a future. So I believe that like it's either warnings of things that could be like lower timeline vibrations, or they're things that your guides want you to really pay attention to so that you can be on your highest timeline and live your best life. So we have to listen, you know, we have to forge that relationship and listen. What's the best way to meditate? Start with guided meditations. You know, people always get like overwhelmed, like you need to sit and stare at a candle. And I still have trouble with that because I'm ADD and my brain. So I try to put on guided meditations. There's no wrong way to meditate. Do not disturb. Okay, I don't know if I cut out for a little bit. But it was like, you know, telemarketers calling me. They're out of control lately. Anywho, so you just want to, like, maybe you can't sit still, so you could go on a walk and put your earbuds in and listen to a guided meditation. You could do just meditation before sleep. A lot of people like to fall asleep to it. I'm a big believer in affirmations. So I put out a lot of like 5-minute pump you up affirmation stuff on my channel because we're busy, like everyone is. It's just like life, you know, and I want you to understand that you can fit these things in like in the morning when you're getting ready, when you're getting dressed. You can fit these things in, just it's your ritual. Like that's kind of part of it, like making it routine, you know? So like if you have to drive to work and maybe it's only a 15-minute drive, you live close, you make it a point to always put on a 5 to 10 minute meditation, or, you know, and you want to pick one that goes with like the beginning of your day. And you know, there's millions of them and they're all like usually named, you know, like so that you know kind of what you're getting into. I don't think I need both of these. Okay. I was on two cushions. 2 cushies for my tushy. Okay. So yeah, you can just like fit it in, you know, and the like meditation isn't just listening to affirmations or oming. It's also, we can get into a meditative state running or going on a hike, or you know, that's essentially what's happening in yoga when you're like in flow, or just like, you know, when you're in that vibe, you know. So what I do, my newest thing is like, I have my journal that I have, and yes and no, but let me come back to that. Yeah, in your journal though, like, or just any notebook, I make it a point to say like one thing for self-care, one thing for like something towards a goal. So like if you're trying to be better about spending time with family, so like one step towards, so that way you're not like overwhelming yourself and you're not saying, okay, I'm blocking off, you know, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. to spend time with my kids, and like you're making yourself, because sometimes kids are awful and they come home from school on a bad day and you want to lock yourself in a closet, and that's okay. You know, be gentle with yourself. So that's what I try to do, is that like a step towards it. It's like you tried to spend time with your kids and then maybe it has to wait, and instead you just read a book at night and that's all you got in that day, you know? But yeah, hi Cherry. Hey, have you watched the show The Girlfriend on, what is it on? Prime or HBO? It's on one of those. But the girl's name's Cherry. She's so pretty. I don't know if that's your actual name. That might not be your actual name, but it is hers on that show. Pretty good show. If you guys like dramatic, crazy storylines. A question. You haven't? Check it out. And okay, but readings real quick. And as I shuffle for you, Irika, with collective readings, it's not too difficult because we're not going too in depth. If I wanted to go like really in depth with you and I have to tap into your energy, it's best one-on-one. And also, honestly, I prefer in person, but I do a lot of Zoom readings and it's fine. But there's something so special about like connecting with another human with that. But it can even be more challenging when you do I do like parties with readings, and when one person has like a really strong energy and they kind of overtake the others. And then, hi, Jessie. Jessie Sprinkle Berries. Everybody has such fun names. They're like making me happy. But yeah, so if that makes sense. But try to like mostly have everyone ground before, because I know I always need that. So my favorite way to ground is just by taking a nice deep breath into my belly. And then I send that breath when I exhale down through my tailbone, and I kind of picture roots growing, or like maybe a trail of light down into the earth and connecting with Mother Earth. And then I breathe that energy back in. And like you can do that in 3 breaths and ground like that, like with practice, which is very, very powerful. I know you probably hear people talk about grounding a lot, but we do need a ground in the world today because everything's kind of crazy. You know, and grounding is the best way to feel into your own energy and really like honor your own body and your own spirit. All right, so for Irika, how my future spouse will be. Okay, that's kind of vague, and normally like if you watch readers, they'll make you do like yes or no, but I will tune in and see like if we can get something out of that, okay? For Eureka, how will her future spouse be? Okay, well, the first thing I pulled was the Fire card. So I feel like this is, so while I do my readings and I get my cards, I have kind of like a connection to my highest self. And really it's like, you learn to differentiate that, like the more you meditate and stuff, between like your own thoughts. But it's not like I hear voices, but you know, so it's all like third eye, and you kind of control the flow of that. So I think the Fire though is like you. So you definitely aren't looking for your run-of-the-mill relationship. You want passion, you want fire, you want to really feel like this was written in the stars, you know? You also don't like necessarily, so your parents really want you to like marry somebody who's successful and really wants you to be like stable. Like that's important in looking for a spouse. That's not important to you. Like you right now, the people you've dated so far, it hasn't ever felt like that huge spark where you're like, oh yes, this is it. And it makes you excited. But I do see like this person is definitely somebody that you not only will feel like immediate fiery passion with, but it's going to be somebody, if you listen to your intuition, that you can grow with. Because I feel like you're younger, on the younger side. So like you in relationships need somebody who you both have to grow together or you grow apart, you know? But that's kind of what I feel for you. I also, I sense like dark hair. But I'm not gonna like completely dark hair, maybe like of some sort of Middle Eastern descent. Dark and handsome. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question. All right, so do I have a favorite Oracle deck? I created my own, so that's my favorite because I like to get really deep in my readings. Like normally I would do, like if I do a one-on-one reading with you, it's going to be 60 to 90 minutes because we go really deep and I like the nitty-gritty. But there's a lot of really good Oracle decks, and what I tell people is just go with what resonates. So like if you're attracted to oracle deck that's, you know, Harry Potter, get it. If you're attracted to one that it's like a cat's oracle deck, get it. Because that's your intuition telling you that that one is going to speak to you, you know. And then if you have one that really, like the cards, you look at them and then you read the booklet and the meaning doesn't really line up with your first instinct, maybe it's not the right deck for you. But play around with them, you know. All right, Geraldine, will Thomas want this relationship to work? All right, Geraldine and Thomas. Geraldine and Thomas. Thomas want this relationship to work. Thomas want this relationship to work with Geraldine. Okay, so I feel like this is a very complicated relationship. So I don't know if like you guys have had like lived together, but I get this sense of like almost like acting like, you know, you're married but not, because he's very flighty, airy. So he might even be an air sign, but he is just not, he hasn't really grown up yet, you know, like to ground into his responsibilities, I guess. So right now it's actually like, I need to do a card off of this one before I open my mouth. But I do see, so I don't know if you had a birthday recently or there was something important, an important date that he didn't honor. So like he didn't rise up to the occasion for, you've been with each other for 3 years. Okay. Like he didn't step up, you know, to it. Like, do you want him to live with you? Because it's like, I'm seeing you, like I'm seeing like you two living together, but him walking out. So almost like you can't get him to stay, if that makes sense. But there's definitely something around this significant date, maybe an anniversary or something that you were putting stock in, that he really isn't, you know, caring. He's also like very more lustful and kind of wants to be like have that gratification immediately rather than work on things. You, on the other hand, are also like, I think that like honestly, okay, yeah, so I got this like older, like he hasn't grown up, a little bit of a Peter Pan syndrome. But he's really draining on you. Like, this is my nourishment card. You are like malnourished spiritually. I feel like it's like a roller coaster and you're putting way more into this than he is. Yeah, it's like you said he left. So like I am sensing like another female influence, a bad influence on him, probably for his like spiritual path. I'm gonna say probably at some point, if you want to wait around for that, everything's kind of like telling you to move on. I wouldn't wait for him to come back. You deserve way more than that. He doesn't want to be tied down. Like, this is my trap card. Like, he's never going to commit. So even if he comes back, it's going to be because he's bored and enjoys the drama, or like feels like he does want this and then kind of goes back on it, on his word once he's in it. You walked. Okay. Well, good. Then I don't know why you'd want, like, I mean, I feel like he's already seeing somebody, sleeping with somebody, I would think. Yeah. And of course, okay, like, here's the thing. That doesn't mean that he has to stay like this forever. These cards are like to tie into your highest possibilities and your lowest possibilities. So there's, of course, the possibility of him growing up, for him deciding that he does want you and does want this life with you. But right now, the current, just because this is kind of like feeling into his current energy, his current state, I don't see that. It's like, and even though you're saying you walked, the image keeps coming back in my head of the two of you like in an apartment and him walking out. So, yeah. And see, a lot of people have issues like anxiety, depression, right? You do not have to fix him. Okay? Like, I know you are a very giving person, and I sense that like you feel like you see what's best for him, but until he realizes what's best for him, you can't save him. You know, so really pay attention to you right now, because yes, he may suffer from depression, but he's dragging you down with him. Like, it's physically taking a lot out of you. So that's what I think. In my opinion, based on the feelings that I'm getting and the cards. Hopefully that gave you some direction on that. But I think I feel an overwhelming sense of like how giving and wonderful you are, and I just think you deserve better. You deserve better. And you need to love yourself. That's how you're gonna bring that in, because that's self-love, okay? I think I missed one. I don't know. If I do miss any of them, you guys let me know, or just like re-ask, okay? Because I can't filter through all these. All right. So, Kennedy, what kind of artist will I become? Okay. I already so you're very musical. So you sing and also play guitar. I feel, okay. Didn't we get this card, this journey card for you when we did it on the show live? I feel like I got that journey card for you. You used to play guitar and be in the choir. Yeah, it seems like singing kind of lights you up. It's the first thing they're showing me. What kind of artist would we have to become? I think the question is, you're putting yourself in a box. You don't even need to pick one thing, because they're flashing painting, acting, and it's you really are talented at a lot of different things. I almost feel like you need to more think of yourself as you're the artist, you're the brand, rather than trying to be I'm Kennedy and I'm an actor. Because I think you need to leave a bunch of doors open, because right now you're kind of blocking off the universe's response to manifesting things for you. I feel like you're not being specific. Basically you want things to get better, or you want things to, you want to reach that point. You kind of know what that point is of success that's in your head, and that visibility. You're craving that visibility for other people to see kind of your magic. People tell you all the time how magical you are, but you don't really hear it. So you need to see like evidence of it, you know, like from people. But okay. All right, so one of the most important things is that like all of our creativity and stuff is tied to our sacral chakra. So this is showing like you're not nourishing your soul. You're not prioritizing the things that light you up. I feel like that now they're redirecting me back to the singing and stuff. You light up when you are creating. So even if that's not the type of artist you're going to be, that is going to make your sacral chakra really light up and bright, and that is what is going to draw people into you, because you do have like natural abilities to see a lot of things in others. So you're kind of like a mirror, and people like it when you reflect things back to them that are like positive about themselves, if that makes sense, which is why people come to you for advice a lot, because you kind of make them feel better. Like you're a good I used to always tell people like I'm a good hype girl, like you're a good hype guy. So learning how to work with that empathy and put it into your work is going to really help you. So like I before I had said, yeah, you're kind of like on this journey of discovering yourself right now. And I think that's why you're feeling this internal push to figure it all out. But you don't need to figure it all out. We want you to ground. I need you to ground and kind of just be a little bit more present. Like one thing per day to work on that creative flow, to work on being, you know, what lights you up the most. Because I feel like you've kind of lost that a bit as of late. Yeah, like right now you're on a path of dharma to discover your purpose. Dharma is your purpose for being here and everything. So you're on like the right track towards discovery. You just need to start grounding into like present mindfulness, and then listening to the universe, because the universe talks to you, your guides talk to you. And a lot of times you miss it because you can be, you know, kind of like all over the place with things. And that's also just because you're a creative person, because you always like, your mind doesn't stop. You're always kind of thinking of the next idea, thinking of like, because you can do so many different things. And I know that's hard to like hone in, but I feel like you don't need to. Don't hone in. Let yourself do it all. You know, like whatever you feel pulled towards, whether it be photography for a while, whether it be, there's definitely something with photography. Do you take pictures? Something with that. Yeah. So explore it all. Hopefully that helps. My cat's here. He wants loves. Okay. Sunrise, are you still here? Sunrise, sunset. Yeah, that helps. Good. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. Sunrise, I got you next. So you just asked me like what can you expect in October? Okay. So we'll like kind of look. It's like really wants to be in my lap. Oh, I swear, cats are so like anytime I'm doing anything like crystals or spiritual, he's here. Wants to be included. Don't bat at my necklace. Ow. Ow, don't dig into my legs or I'm gonna have to, no. Ow, yeah, that hurts. Okay, ow, Leo, that hurts. All right, sunrise, October, sunrise, October. Okay. Yeah. They're spiritual little creatures. Okay. October. Okay. All right. So right off the bat, addressing kind of your current energy, you have a lot of blockages right now. Your solar plexus is open and really raw right now. It's almost over open, like you're feeling very on display, kind of too raw. You've been doing a lot of healing over the past, really the whole year. But you like especially like have been healing over the summer, and then coming out like fall has felt like you're mentally trying to like be like, this is a fresh beginning. Energetically, you're not completely there yet, but that's okay, because you're moving out of this place of kind of dark, like shadow work and stuff, and realizing things that were bad for you. Also, like this year, like you came out of a relationship, so either a breakup. This one can sometimes mean like work partnerships, but I feel like this is a romantic relationship that you came out of, and I think that's kind of why you felt so raw lately. There's yeah, like there's not a lot of self-care happening for you. Yes, you have understood a lot more about yourself, but you're not necessarily following through on prioritizing and taking care of yourself and that self-care. You're kind of like, you get very distracted helping everyone else, like your friends and stuff. You get very pulled into their drama, and while it drains on you, you kind of allow it, because you also know subconsciously, you're like, oh, well, I don't have any time to work on myself. So it's kind of like you're allowing it because a part of you doesn't want to face certain things. I also do feel like there's a friend that kind of, not necessarily like a bad friend, but like a friend that is pulling you, like if we think about life for your highest timeline path, which would have, your best job, your best relationship, this person is kind of like pulling you into more low vibrational activities, and that is definitely keeping you from the growth that you need to continue to do. You also need to ground. You're not like paying attention to a lot of the signs as you're an extremely intuitive person. In fact, like dreams are a very big way that you're spoken to. Also ancestral connection. Pay attention to that, because you come from a very long line of like very like people who have had to overcome a lot. So that's also why you've been tested a lot in this life. But it's kind of like you just need to decide, okay, enough's enough. And once you step into this energy where you're like, I deserve to be happy, I deserve the highest timeline, I deserve the best, it's going to unfold itself to you, because you also, like right now, this is kind of your time for manifestation, finding your highest purpose. Your magic is starting to really show. So that usually kind of feels almost like anxiety a lot of times, like, because you're kind of like itching to find your place, and it's almost like this isn't working for me anymore, and it's making me anxious. Something's got to give. So that's good, because there's like positive changes on the horizon. We just need you to listen and like really ground into that, and pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with as well. It's like, I know you said what's up for October, but that's what they want you to like start So if you're able to listen to those signs from the universe, they're going to continue to kind of like guide you. I do see a change in your focus of job. So like, whatever you're doing right now isn't really cutting it. So I see like this, or you already changed jobs. Okay. So I feel like this already happened. This year, did you change jobs? You're looking for one right now. Okay. But like earlier in the year, was that like you realized you were kind of focused on the wrong things and now you're focusing on a new direction? I do see that we want to watch what type of job you take. Don't just take something that's going to make you feel super drained. You have to also be really tapped into your creative side because you're a beautiful creative individual. Do you make something also? Like I feel like you could be selling something, like on Etsy or something. Yeah, there's like two sides to you. You have this beautiful creative side, and then you also have a side that's very analytical, you know? Not really. I don't know. I think you do. Usually. Yeah, I feel like you need to be creating something. I almost feel like jewelry or something. Yeah. I see you creating something. I don't know. So maybe keep an eye out then for an opportunity to do that, or if something pops up, listen to it. Maybe it's a hidden talent that you're not even aware of. But I definitely also like my trickster cards coming up upside down for you. I don't think that you completely understand how magical you are, and you have not completely accepted how important you are, I guess, how important you are to the collective and the difference that you can make in other people's lives. Like, you know, you're thinking too small for yourself. Start thinking bigger and allowing that energy so that bigger things can come into your space. And then that's like what I was talking at the beginning of this. Every once in a while, people don't know what I'm talking about, but there's something, I don't know, like it'll present. I've learned not to question source. So maybe it's someone that you collab with. I don't know, but like I see you creating something. There's something happening creatively for you. Oh, it is a secret talent. Okay, secret. So explore that. And all you really have to do is just like be open to it, you know, just kind of making that announcement to the universe, and guarantee you something will fall in your lap, where it's like you're on TikTok and they show some sort of bracelet making kit and you're like, oh my gosh, that actually looks cool, and you get it, and it just starts you down this rabbit hole. But you have a creative talent that is like trying to bust out of you. Journal too. Journal because you need to write some things out of you. Yeah. Okay. Hope that helps. Yeah, it's a big transitional moment for you, babe. All right. Wait. Okay. Iman, are you still here? Is Ahmed going to select me for the new position, or is he favoring someone else? I'm hoping you're still here. Still here? You still here, lovely? All right, since they didn't answer me and they might be, oh, you are here. Okay. All right. New position, new position, new position, new position. Position. Do you even want this position? I know that there's more money and along with it, but I feel like right now what they're showing me is that this has more just been kind of a natural progressive state. I do think he's going to offer you the position. And I'm not saying don't take it. But I think begin to question like the path you're on. Because I feel like it's almost being controlled for you and kind of cutting off a direction that you could be going in. Yeah. Like, because we're having like the success card upside down, which of course could mean that he's not going to give you the position, but I feel like he is going to offer it to you. So I more feel like for your ultimate goals, that this might not be the big answer that you're hoping for, if that makes sense. Yeah. Again, like it's more stuff like about your path. So I don't know. Are you like super excited and this is what you want to do for the rest of your life? Maybe it's a time for you to like start questioning that. And then throat chakra came up. So I don't know if you're just not speaking up for like the things that you want and you sort of feel like a puppet that's being told what to do purely for success. But like one big thing about you is that money alone isn't going to make you feel successful. Like you need to also be challenged every day. You need to feel like you're making a difference in some way, and not necessarily like to the world, but like that you are important enough to like a company that you're making a difference, you know, or to clients or things like that. It is going to shift your path. Yeah. Is this like whatever industry you work in, is there a lot of like, I feel like there's not a lot of like lifting other people up in it. It's very, like jealousy card is coming up. Like there is somebody kind of coming for you, trying to keep you from succeeding. Trying to like block you from getting all of these things. So it's interesting because that's kind of getting to you, and it is like making you feel almost like you're fading. Like I see you like fading a little bit into the background, and we don't want that. So weird. I feel like everything basically the cards like are saying like I don't know about this path. Like I'm not making change. Like I feel like you're the safe choice. Because you've just like, you know, like been doing well and just kind of, but it's like your heart isn't in it in what you're doing. And I also feel like you, like people who are kind of like cutthroat make it better in whatever industry this is, and that's not you. And if you have to be like that, it's going to make you a person you're not. Yeah. Like, it's insane. I have like only like 4 cards in all of these that are about being off your path, and I just pulled them all for you. Like, wrong path, wrong focus, veering off course, step back and take in the big picture. So I think, and sometimes, you know, we ask source questions and it's not always and it's frustrated, and I think source wants you to step back and be like, why are you even asking that question? Like, do you want that position? Is this what you want to be doing? Because I feel like there's another, like, more passionate direction that you could be going in. Yeah. Do you have a birthday coming up? I feel like making a decision by then. But you making a decision, an internal decision. There's a big shift happening kind of within you, and you're kind of at a crossroads where you can decide which version of yourself that you're going to decide to pursue. If that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like, trapped. Okay. Like, yeah. I don't want you to take this position. But I also don't, like, I'm not, you know, maybe you take it and then you pursue something else at the same time. Who knows? But we need you to really, yeah. Okay. So by November, that's what it's pointing to. My astrology card always points to either a birthday or an anniversary, like likes to give us like a little checkpoint for timing. So that doesn't necessarily mean like the job is that you're not going to know till November, but it means that I think you're going to feel more and more and more and more and more unhappy leading up to that date, if you don't allow yourself to change and to believe in the change you're making, believe in yourself. I hope that helps. Hi, Mo. All right, I have like 5 minutes, dudes. Hi, Nicole. London. Can I come visit you? I've never been anywhere fun. Well, no, that's not true. But I've never been to Europe. I want to go so bad. I'll come and give you free readings. Hi, Jojo and friends. Are you really with a bunch of friends? Sure. Yeah. Just sounds so magical there. Oh, Cherry, I'll answer you, okay? And then we're probably done, folks. But I'm gonna be back on with free readings next Tuesday. Yeah. Make sure you're following me, subscribe to me. I also do, like, if you're on TikTok, I do Miami. Yeah, sun would be nice. It's raining here. I'm in Ohio. What was I saying? See, squirrel. Well, I'm gonna answer Cherry first. You can still ask. If you're on TikTok, I do post like mini readings for your signs and things like that, in case that helps, guys. Okay, Cherry. Okay, and the way you worded that, who's coming towards you in love? Okay. Cherry and love, cherry and love, cherry and love, cherry and love. You have a few jumper cards. So, whew, you have gone through like a giant ego death. So death card is coming up, meaning kind of the entire version of you that you were for a really long time has gone, which is a good thing, because now you're entering more of a space of like awakening where you are more cognizant of what you want rather than settling. Yeah, you've done a lot of healing recently. So what's coming towards you in love? I got the love card, but upside down. Yeah, you're definitely not the same as before. I feel like you're not supposed to be focused on that right now. You're supposed to be focused on yourself. I know that's not fun. Yeah. There's like still some like self-love that needs to happen. I think because right now the types of people that you'll be drawing are going to be other people that are not completely healed. And because you are such an empath and very sensitive to people's energies, those relationships will take you off course. So that doesn't mean like this can't happen by the end of the year or whatever. But what it does mean is that like right now, your energy, the track that you're on, if you focus solely on like finding your next relationship, that's not going to be bringing the best relationship to you. We want you to instead just be like, okay, I'm good all on my own, and I'm not going down the path again. Which path? Like the same love path as before? Oh, that you've changed and yeah. And I think because of that, we want you, like, you're still kind of rising. You're still realizing, like, what, just kind of like your goddess energy, you know? So, like, what a goddess you are, and you deserve someone who completely sees that and doesn't see, like, part of this and subconsciously sees an opportunity to kind of suck on it. Suck all that energy, if that makes sense. Because people will do that who like come across, like I do see like a really confident person that could come into your life, but they're really insecure on the inside. So we want that like confident together person that is going to be the perfect like match with you, you know? So please right now focus on self-love. And the more you do that and the more you hardcore ground into that, I think that those pieces of your life that you are seeking are going to fall into place. Yeah. All right. Last question. Mo is in a new relationship. Is he talking to anyone else? My birthday is 15th of October. He's 12th of November. Mo's relationship. You guys met on a dating app? But then like he knows friends of yours or something? Like is connected to a friend? Really? No? Not connected to a friend? Are you sure? Okay. Gosh. course we have to have like a really complicated one here. So lived locally and bumped into each other. Okay. So I think, because I had to kind of like stare at these and get some insight. This person seems very, I don't know. Maybe friend came in because they're meant to be a friend. Because I don't want to say boring, but they're great where they are, right? Like, I sense that you want a lot more out of your life. Like you have goals, you have, especially like lately, you've been feeling like this, like juge, this renewed passion for, your life and like honoring your body, your soul. And I'm not saying like he's a bad person or anything, but like, I don't like not wanting more, doesn't feel stuck, which like I feel like he's very easy, like easygoing and just like it's almost like you're trying to create drama because there's no passion. He doesn't like what you see is what you get with him. I don't see him like lying to you or anything like that. He's pretty straightforward, which I know I think it feels foreign to you because you've had a lot of tricky relationships in the past, and that's just trauma, like the trust issues. But also you're trying to make things more passionate than they are. He wants to take things slow. I feel like it's not necessarily even just that. Like it's coming across more as like did he say he wants to take things slow? Because I kind of feel like he's like just easing into it. Like he's like, this is great, and things are just moving slow. And you're kind of like, yeah. I don't think it's like purposeful. You know, I don't think he's trying to wait. I think he's just like settled into his life. I kind of see you reaching a breaking point with it. But it's good because this relationship is leading you to your forever relationship. Yeah. Once you reach kind of that breaking point, and I do feel maybe it's one of his friends. His friend is coming out again. Like, so who knows? Maybe you meet like through him, this future soulmate or something. But I mean, you don't need to force anything to happen. Just remain open to it, right? Because then it's like your soul is kind of seeking justice coming out of that relationship, meaning you learned your lessons and you're like, this is what I want. I don't feel like he's cheating or like talking. No. He's actually a very grounded individual. Like you've had a lot of drama in your life. And sometimes the drama's fun and you're used to it. So it's like, this feels very foreign. So your mind is creating narratives. I think that, that he's not with anybody else. I think it's legitimately like, if you're like, why didn't you call me back? That he's busy. Okay. Yeah, like that's what I like, why didn't you call me back? You know, that he legitimately, it's because he didn't think about it. Like, it's that simple, which we don't want that for you because you want someone who's like obsessed with you, right? Like low-key obsessed with you. You deserve that. You deserve someone who's passionate about it. So I see you reaching some sort of like breaking point. And then coming out of that, big opportunity presents, big breakthrough. So I think that is going to be also a new job. There's going to be some job opportunities. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you have some big change before the end of the year. Okay. I see a job change, big giant breakthrough. There's like you're kind of on a crash course towards some really great things happening in your life, and he's not, he's wrapped up in his own stuff, and not in like a horrible selfish way or anything like that. It's more in just that's who he is, you know. So I think use that opportunity to explore what you do want and put that out into the universe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the stuff that you're like projecting onto him is maybe some stuff that you need to look at from past relationships. If you've been like cheated on or anything like that, just like trust issues. But I also feel like, yeah, see, everything has a lesson. Like I don't think he's like a bad person. This is supposed to happen because it's leading you towards your next big thing. I see a very big change happening. But a lot of the things are trust issues coming, like I think from your your family, your father, and you feeling like people aren't being forthright with you or might leave, But the passion that you're going to find in the next relationship, I think, is going to be what holds the glue all together, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right. I went 10 minutes over, everyone. If you want free readings, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And then I'm going to be on every Tuesday at noon. I'm going to try to add in maybe like a second, ideally an evening, but I'm still learning my kids' sports schedule. So, yeah, hang in there, Mo. It's exciting because you have like a lot of big things coming up. Okay. I definitely feel big things for you by the end of the year. All right, but listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. You're a crazy intuitive individual. All right. Love everyone. Keep an eye out. I come out with new podcast episodes on Thursday, and hopefully you join me next Tuesday.